Hi, welcome again to this session where we are still continue about data entry in Excel. However, we want to look at some other techniques that we can use to make data entry more easier in this particular software. Here we are going to be talking about Autofill. So what autofill is, I will not bother to explain. Rather, I am going to demonstrate it. And with that, we will be able to know how it works and how we can actually make use of it. Like before, I said that if we click on this dot here, we can fill other blank cells with this particular entry. So, assuming you have to populate other cells with the same thing, instead of you to be writing it again, you can just use this particular method. However, and if you want to undo that, you can just click here and then go back again. So assuming you want to go for 15 cells, but mistakenly you went to 18 cells. So what you just do is just to go and then press enter, and then you are out. Now, autofill is so powerful that it can actually detect pattern in our data. For example, look at this place. If I click on this now and I go down like this, it's going to erase everything there. So let me undo that. However, if I just do this and I try to select all the cells, so if I select all the cells like this and then I use the autofill to go down, you can see what happens. You can see that it has populate other empty cells with the same pattern. You understand now? So this is very powerful. You can use this in different pattern or different format that you want. Now, autofill can also understand what we call the natural pattern. So, and that natural pattern can be in form of numbers or in form of some of the days of the month or days of the week. For example, now if I put one here and I click this one down, you can see that everything here is going to be one. You understand now? However, if I put one here and I put two below, if I click on this two, let's see what we have. You see that we are having two also. However, if we click on the two like this, one and two, and then I go down like this, you can see that everything here is increasing by one. So I can also write 1 and 5. 1 and 5. So the difference between them is 4, isn't it? So if I go like this and then move down, you can see that every value is being increased by 4. Now, let's go to days of the month and days of the week. Now, so let's look at this particular area here. For example, if I press Monday here now and I do like this, you can see that it populates it as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday automatically. If I even use the first three letters, such as this, it is going to do the same thing. And I can also do the same thing horizontally. So if I say Monday and then we go like this, so you can see that. So let's use the months. So let's use the first three letters and then we move down like that. We see the same thing. So this is how we can use what is called autofill in Excel. However, assuming we have a particular pattern that does not have a regular pattern, or let's say the pattern is not going to be easily detectable by Excel, how can we go about it? We can actually customize our pattern. For example, look at this particular content here. These are name of fruits, but assuming you have a particular data in your organization that you will have to use and reuse in a particular format like this, and you know that Excel is not going to detect that pattern and autofill may not be capable of doing this, what are you going to do? You can actually customize it. And how do we do that? So we go to this file, then we come to this option here. So you see options, and then when you have this, we come to the advanced. So and then you come down. So you look at this particular one here, which says create list for use in sort and fill sequences. So you see this edit custom list, just click on it. And then you can see edit custom list here. So when you have this like this, just click inside there and then look at this icon here. So this icon will take us to our sheet, our active sheet. So click on it. So it has taken us to this active sheet, but we are not using these rows. We are going to be using this particular row. So we click on this. You can see now. Then we click on this particular icon to take us back to where we are going, this arrow down. We click on it, then we are back here. So then we want to import everything. So we click on import, and you can see everything has been imported and added to this place. And then we can just click on OK. And then we click on OK again. So at this point, anytime we go to any sheet, so let's open this. You know that this is pineapple here again. So let's go to the a new sheet and then write pineapple there. And then go down. You can see that that particular sequence has been repeated here. So if you are working in an organization where you have a sequence like this that you will need to repeat in a whole lot of sheets, then this is your way forward. So good. So let me delete this particular sheet. Good. So these are the ways through which we can use autofill to enhance our data entry activities. Now, the second concept we are going to be looking at is what is called flash fill, like flash fill here. So I will not also bother myself to explain what it is, rather I will demonstrate it so that we can understand what it means. So let's start like this, that assuming we have our data like this, and we want to extract the first name. So this is the first name and this is the last name. They are separated by hyphen. So we want to extract the first name, we want to extract the last name. So the option we can do is to be typing it one after the other. But if we have thousands of rows, we cannot do that. So how can we do it? So this is the first method. So I will start writing what I want. So I want the fourth, which is Ade, isn't it? I will press enter, and then I will start writing the first name again for this particular row. So Ajanle Koko. So when you look at it now, you can see that Excel has been able to see that it's like I'm writing this particular sequence. So, and it has given me its own idea. So, and this idea actually correlates with what I want. So I will press enter. And you can see now everything is there. So let's go for the last name. So I will go for the last name again and say Akamu. So again, and then Dibuluja, and then you can see. So I press enter again, and that is all. So you can see how cool this is looking. However, there is other method we can also use. So let me insert a new cell, a blank code here. So now, assuming I want to extract the first name, I will that Ade, and then let me press Ctrl E here and see what happens. Ctrl E, and what can you see? You can see that it has autofill itself. So let's try again for the last name. Let's insert another one. So for the last name, which is Akamu, so let's press Ctrl E, and then you can see that it has sorted itself out. Now, we can use any of these two methods, but each of these two methods have their own advantages and their own disadvantages. And let us look at how they work. So let me delete this particular cells. So when we want to delete the content of a cell, so let me use this opportunity to explain that. We can delete a whole cell, a whole row rather. We can delete a whole column, and then we can delete just a single cell. So at this point now, if I click on the whole of this and I press on this and I say cut, you see that it has cut everything here. If I paste it down below, let's go down. And I click on this and I click paste. You can see everything has been pasted here. So I want to go to the first cell now. I will use Control arrow up, and then I'm back up. If I want to delete a single cell, assuming I want to delete this particular cell now, I just click on it. I can press on delete. So just delete it, and then I can shift the cell anywhere I want. So, but I don't like this method actually. I will prefer on just click like this and press on delete key, and it should delete it. I can delete the whole column. So by clicking on it like this, and I will just click, and then it says I can cut it and just delete. So let me undo that. So assuming I want to delete multiple cells, multiple rows, so I can go all together like this and say this one, click on this, and then extend it to this, and extend it to as many columns as I want, and I will just click on it and I will delete, and that is all. So these are different ways through which we can delete our cells. So as we practice these things by ourselves, we are going to become more conversant with them. So back to our original stories. Now we want to look at the pros and the cons between the two strategies that we have used before. Now, let us look at, let me insert a new column here. So if I want to insert a new column, I will just click on an existing one, the one that I want that column to be before. So I will just click on this and then I will click on insert, and then you have a new column there. So assuming I want to, okay, I think let's use this particular one. So let's insert, okay, this is a new cell, so let's use this one. So if I want to extract the last two names, I want to extract the last two letters, which is DE and KO, UNDE, isn't it? So if I want to use the autofill, what will I do? I will just press A, I will just press DE, Abi, enter again and press. So if I want to use the Control E, I will just press Control E, and you can see that this did not give us what we wanted. What we wanted was the last two, but this has given us a lot of different things. And you can see that what Excel saw here was that Excel saw that we removed the first word from DE. So it did the same thing for others. Just remove the first word, the first word, the first word from them. However, if we want to use the other method, you will see that the other method will work here. So let's insert a new cell again, a new columns again. So if we use the other method, we just say DE, then we do KO, and then DU. So this one is not working. So sometimes these things don't work. So what you just do is that you delete that particular column, and then you start all over again. So let's start all over again. Let me insert a new cell. So if I do this, this should work now. DE and then KO, and then it's still not working. So this is very, very important, because in your journey with all these software, you are going to be encountering situations like this. So let us look at it all together and troubleshoot it. So good. So let's delete this. So let's do it again.
Lily.
So now, oh, so now it is working. So you can see that this method now has really helped us. This one is working because we were able to give two examples to Excel to see what we wanted. So this is how we can actually go around this particular method. So that is why each of them can be used, but in some conditions they they may not be perfect, and it's good that we know these two options, so that whenever we are doing this particular task, we can choose the most appropriate one. And the example here has also shown us that when using these spreadsheets or any software, we can have challenges sometimes, so you will have to troubleshoot it. Very good. So let's use another example here, which is, let's use day. So day, day, So like this place now, you can see that because the pattern are almost the same thing for everything, it's not really responding. So let's use Control E and see what happens. Control E. So it has populated it to this level. The reason it doesn't go beyond here is because of this blank here. So this blank was the one that stopped it from moving forward. So let's use the first one that is different and let us see how it works. You can see that this one is working. So let's again and then there we go. So it does not still include this area because of this particular blank. So when you want to do things like this, you will ensure that there is no blank cell among the cell that you want to use. Very good. I believe we have been able to do a whole lot of things with this particular in this particular session, and I think we should continue in the next session. So, in the next session, we are going to look deeper into how we can copy our cells, paste them, and different options that we can actually use to do copy and pasting in certain cells and code in a more detail. So, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more free resources like this in the future.